Hello everyone, my name is Relax and Panic and this is another reaction to the Monogatari series. It is Owarimonogatari episode 3. First things first, as you may hear, my voice is a little bit down, so please be aware of that while watching the reaction. As always, if you want to see the reaction itself, just go down into my descriptions, follow the link, replace the circumflex dot parts with real dots and enjoy. Once you've done, feel free to come back here and hear me out about this episode. So, see you soon. For those that came back, welcome back. Now, let's see if I can make it through this. It's really not easy. My voice is really leaving me all the day now. So, that was a very nice episode. I liked it. It was very interesting. There were multiple layers again, multiple things in. I like this kind of way they explain the story now. They tell it by using Ougi as the one who is leading Araragi through it, and I really don't know what her, as always before, what her reasons are, and that makes it very interesting because from time to time she lets little things slip. She gives little insights which still don't help very much, but I can try to guess what her reasons are. So first things first, I think I talked about the wrong character in the beginning. Whoever was Teori Tadatsuru, I don't know. However, we are talking about Sudachi Ikura, which is the girl with the braids. When there was the intro, which I liked by the way, with the idea of everything from the middle, the idea of symmetry. She reminded me very much of some characters. A little bit of Sailor Moon, a little bit of, I am not sure what her name is from another anime. So that was nice, and it's fitting for her, because what we have seen later on in the episode about her, it is all about mathematics. It's all about being precise and to the point. You are not guessing, you're not saying it is more neither correct. You have to be very specific and correct with her. So symmetric seems to be very fitting as well. Geometry, mathematics, that's her thing. In the intro there was a moment when she had red nails and red eyes. I'm not sure where this is pointing to, but maybe there is something later on. She clearly asked about him before she was there, and she asked undercover. In this new graphics, in this new design that they have, I was a little bit surprised. I mean, you can see Hanekawa. There are some things who I still like, but when Senjougahara later on appeared, all the three of the girls looked very similar due to the same uniform and more the same height. So I was aware who was who, but they did not differ so much from each other as they did in the past. I don't know if this was meant to be, so that it's, I don't know, like the viewpoint of someone who sees them more like they maybe really are, or that they're all very like the same. So maybe like Ougi's viewpoint, just saying. Or if it is due to the new graphics and design, might be as well. Also, as I said, a little bit surprising. So, however, Ikura asked a lot about Araragi before he appeared. Which is a weird thing, you know, if there's someone who left years ago, comes back, and you did not have much to do with each other, and you arrive and you hear that this person is only asking about you, then you're like, what the heck? You know, what the heck's going on? But thus she despises him so much, it makes sense, so it seems she grew kind of a hatred for him. She, definitely knew about him having a girlfriend, which is interesting. Because, as far as I understood, Hanekawa did not tell her about Senjougahara. So I think she wouldn't have told her that he has a girlfriend at all. Which, if she has asked, is a weird question, by the way. So, but she still knew. So I'm not sure if I misinterpreted that and Hanekawa said he has a girlfriend, I will not tell you who. Or if Ikura knew it by herself. Which means she either kind of spied on him before, or she got informations from someone else, like as example Ougi, as I still kind of guess. It is clearly no coincidence that all of this happens within some days. I'm pretty sure Ougi moved some stones here to make it happen. He, however, Araragi acted as though he doesn't know her. Doesn't know Ikura in the first, like he's surprised entering the room. I don't think that's clever. I mean, it is, in the end, it is a simple lie. He's lying to her in the beginning of like, oh, I'm so surprised. And I know from the last episodes and seasons that he can be different, that he can be someone who's honest, who is very clever and charismatic. So it was interesting to see that he kind of lost that in this moment. I think it was a wrong approach. He could have approached it openly and honestly, like, man, we haven't seen in 2 years. I kind of maybe guess like that you're back. I don't know. So well, he screwed it. However, they had this nice discussion, and she said when it was about him having a girlfriend, him being successful, him having friends, everything is all about mathematics. It's all due to math. So as I said already in the beginning, she's completely focused on mathematics, and in her world, everything is mathematics. Which, by the way, if you go with scientists, it's kind of true. I mean, mathematics is kind of the universal language of the universe right now. But as being a teenager or a young adult, that's a harsh thing to say, because you're I don't know if it is a good thing to say. You're removing yourself from things like emotions and hormones and so on. Sure, if you break it down to the minimum, I think it is correct that everything is mathematically, in the meaning of you can describe everything mathematically, and you can kind of like not equalize, access everything in front, so you can make mathematics formulas to guess what will happen, and the better you are, the higher percent chances you have that those formulas will be correct. But you seriously said, who wants to live a life like that? It shouldn't be. So however, she says all is due to math, and she pointed at him and said, you rounded up. And that's the one thing where they stopped and they changed then. So that was interesting for me. She threw it at him that he did round up things like back then. What is she referring to? I think this is a major thing. It might be the classroom scene. I mean, there were hands raised, in the meaning of they asked who is the one that was the traitor, the one that stole the test, the one that is responsible. And there were many hands raised, and as he said in the last double season, it was the majority of the class. So he accepted this as verdict. He accepted it as this is it. From the view of someone who's completely mathematics, that is just a number. It is not proof, as we had in the past. You know, the majority said this is the truth now. But it is not the complete truth, it's just a number. Like 60% doesn't mean everyone. So maybe she's referring to that. You rounded up, you made the 60% into 100. Everyone. You know, which is not correct. Maybe that's it. Or it's something else which has to do with these letters we learn from. There I can only guess. She despises everything that is not precise, everything that is not correct. So sure, the water does not think it is boiling by itself, but in the end the water doesn't sink at all, as far as we know. You know, I think she's referring to the fact water's boiling due to some physical laws which are explained mathematically. So that's where she's going for. And so everything he does is not precise enough. She wants him to be precise in everything he does. But then, one might argue, she's not either. She's just a human being. We cannot be this precise as she possibly wants to. she was going kind of crazy there, and he stopped her and took her, tried to hold her. I think he tried to help her there, so it's not a real attack, but you could see that she was going crazy. It's like, I don't know, a panic attack, something like that. And she was coughing before when that happened, so she doesn't seem to be very healthy. So I guess he tried to help, and she stabbed him with a pencil, which, well, is not a good idea. Now we know that he is not able to turn vampire. At least he shouldn't, so his healing is not the best. So this is a step what he will have. One thing. She was, I think, like, immediately surprised. And there we are with two more things. She could have been surprised because she saw Senjougahara in the doorway, which I didn't see at this moment yet. They were in the back of the camera, you know? That might be one option. The other option might be she could have been surprised because he's injured. He is not fighting back, you know, he's not avoiding it, he's not evading, he's not fast healing. So, but all of this would mean that she possibly has like a clue that he's a vampire. Maybe. She refers to you don't know what you're made of. I mean, he's made of flesh and bones and blood, as we see there. So, maybe it's somewhere about this, or she knows more about him than we estimated. Where from? She may have spied on him, she may have the knowledge from Ougi, we don't know. However, she was surprised there, and I'm not completely sure if it was due to that the stabbing worked and it happened as it did, or due to the fact that Senjougahara appeared. Both options are valid. However, Senjougahara appears and, well, stuff goes down. So she gets hit, they have a little bit of talking. She gets hit for, I like that, 15 damage, what the heck? And punched back like hell. So I guess she didn't see that one coming. I don't know why Senjougahara fell unconscious. That was a bit weird. Is it a thing like I'm female and I want to behave like a female, so I fall unconscious after being hit? I don't think so. It's very, it wouldn't be fitting, you know. Senjougahara is a strong woman. Why should she? What I could think about is maybe, now we're going into math again, that Sudachi Ikura estimated the amount of damage she needs to do to Senjougahara to make her unconscious. And Senjougahara was just stubborn enough to stand it, punch back, and then fall unconscious. Just guessing. Would be a nice thing, because then we are in the moment of mathematics is not everything. Sometimes you're just stubborn. Would be nice. Yeah, well, they had a little bit, as I said, a little bit of fallout about that Sudachi was nice to people below her and stuff like that. I think I need more information about her there. The Monty Hall problem I missed. I remembered wrong, so it is not keep your answer but change your answer. I still try to remember how it was the mathematics. I think it was like you have the choice out of 3, so you take 1, you have a 33%, 1/3 chance, and then you have the choice of 2, and if you stick with the first, you are still at 1/3. But if you change to one of 2, then you are 1/3 and 50%, and you're in the middle of that. I think something like that. I remember I had that in maths when I made when I finished school very long ago. But as I said, it's confusing, it's long ago, and it's not an easy thing. And on the first view, it does not make sense. Just, you know, you're like, why should I have higher chances? I could have picked that doors at the beginning. Well, I got that. Yeah. Ougi. Oh yes, while we were there, Monty Hall problem, I didn't write it down, but he wanted to leave. He got the letters, which had this problem in it. I first thought it's love letters, but it's not. So he got these letters, and by the fact that they have a mathematical problem in it, I guess they are from Ikura. Which makes it very likely that he met with Ikura in the old school. Which would mean that for a year, he was there with her together every day. Possibly they were doing mathematical stuff together, equations and stuff alike. So maybe there was something more than, you know, hatred. Maybe there was like friendship, camaraderie. We will learn. However, when he wants to leave, Ougi is gone, and Araragi wanders through for a short amount of time, and we see the locker of Nadeko. So, who was there at this locker? Was it Ougi or was it him? And why? I mean, we had Nadeko was influential, is a major character in this series, so why did they go there? Is it just like a little teaser from the past, or is there more to it? Ougi opens the door of the cram school, so not someone to mess with. We've seen that. She just pushed it open. And we are once again at this place. And I really have to ask, what is happening with this cram school? I mean, Oshinomeme was there first. And then we had like every major character in this series going there. Just to look for Oshinomeme, or later on for different other stuff. And now we learn that Araragi was there in the past as well, before Oshinomeme was there. So you might ask, was Oshino there because Araragi was there in the past? Is there, I don't know, did something happen there due to which this place is so important? Ougi mentioned that this place has a nameplate. So it was not a school at the first time, it was a place where people lived. Who lived there? And it looks very old. So this place, this house is something special. And I still don't know why. But I look out for it. Maybe we will learn it. We are now searching for the roots of Araragi, where he comes from, what he is made of. So possibly that's what we are about next episode. And what I was a bit surprised about, we had a mirror image of Araragi. As far as I know, he shouldn't have one. Maybe you can explain that to me. Why does he have a mirror image now? May I be wrong with the timeline again, and we are not after the last season, but before? I really don't know sometimes. That's it for this time. I really like it. I took this picture, by the way, because it's, for me, very fittingly explained in Ougi. Two sides, black and white, and it's very different. Yes, Ougi is very different, and I still wait for what the heck he, she, it is, and why he, she, it behaves the way it does. So, yeah, it was a nice episode, and my voice is still here. Fantastic. I will see you the next time, and until then, feel free to comment, like, and subscribe. My name is Relax and Panic. Goodbye, and out.